Biden felt the crushing weight of expectation bearing down on him. No matter what he tried, detailed policy points, heartfelt appeals to unity, even direct attacks on Trump's controversial record, nothing seemed to break through. Trump was in his element, reveling in the spectacle, smiling confidently as he hurled accusations and barbs. The crowd responded with laughter, applause, or jeers, the exact kind of energy he thrived on. Biden could see the assuredness in Trump's eyes, the look of someone who believed he'd already won. Pressure from Biden's own party was mounting. Advisors and donors hinted that if he didn't secure a decisive victory soon, they might consider backing someone else. Perhaps Kamala Harris. Doubt gnawed at him relentlessly. Maybe they were right. Maybe he was too old, too tied to outdated conventions. The fear of being cast aside, of his legacy ending in failure, terrified him. Anger welled up inside him, a frustration so deep it bordered on rage. He was tired of the games, the endless spin, the half-truths, the spectacle that modern politics had become. Tired of Trump's bullying tactics, his disregard for rules, his mocking grin. Biden wanted to prove he still had fight left in him, that he could stand up to the bully and do whatever it took to protect the country he loved. As the debate neared its end, Biden knew he needed something drastic, something that would change the entire game. Heart-pounding, he locked eyes with Trump. "You want to prove you're the better man, Donald?" he said, his voice cutting through the murmurs of the audience. "Then let's settle this like men. A duel. To the death." The auditorium fell into stunned silence. The moderators exchanged bewildered glances. Trump's expression shifted, from amused disbelief to a darker, more calculating gaze. A slow grin spread across his face. "I accept," he replied. The nation was thrown into turmoil. Congress debated the legality of the duel, eventually passing the Duel Act under strict conditions. Both men consented, waived legal rights, and the duel would take place on neutral ground with international observers to ensure fairness. Switzerland, known for its neutrality, agreed to host the event. On the day of the duel, in a secluded meadow surrounded by snow-capped mountains, Biden and Trump faced each other. The atmosphere was tense, heavy with the weight of global attention. Each man was given a single-shot pistol, reminiscent of historical duels. They stood back to back as the arbiter read aloud the rules. 10 paces, turn, and fire. 1, 2. The arbiter's voice echoed in the crisp air. With each step, Biden's mind raced. He thought of his family, his supporters, the nation divided and watching. 4, 5, 6. Doubt flickered in his mind, but he pushed it aside. This was the path he had chosen. 7, 8, 9, 10. They turned simultaneously. Both men raised their pistols. For a split second, time seemed to stand still. Trump fired first. The shot rang out, echoing across the meadow. Biden felt a sharp sting as the bullet grazed his arm, causing him to flinch. His own shot missed, whistling past Trump's shoulder. Without warning, Trump tossed aside his pistol and charged. The duel devolved into a brutal fistfight. They collided with a force fueled by months of animosity. Fists flew as they grappled, each man determined to overpower the other. Biden landed a solid punch to Trump's jaw, but Trump responded with a forceful strike to Biden's midsection, knocking the wind out of him. Biden stumbled backward, struggling to regain his footing. Trump pressed his advantage, delivering a series of blows that left Biden reeling. Breathing heavily, Biden realized he was outmatched. His body ached and his strength was waning. As Trump prepared to deliver the final blow, standing over him with a cold gaze, Biden reached into his pocket with trembling fingers. He pulled out a small white handkerchief, stained with a spot of blood from his wounded arm. With a shaky hand, he held it up. "I surrender," he whispered, his voice barely audible. A profound silence enveloped the meadow. The international observers and officials stood in stunned disbelief. The tension that had gripped the air moments before dissipated. Trump paused, his fist still raised. He stared at the white flag, then back at Biden's weary face. Slowly, he lowered his hand. "Smart choice," he muttered, a hint of satisfaction in his voice. Medical personnel rushed forward to attend to Biden, who lay exhausted and bruised on the grass. Trump stepped back, adjusting his disheveled suit, and walked toward his entourage without another word. The world watched in disbelief as the duel concluded. News outlets broadcast the images globally within minutes. Biden's supporters were relieved he was alive, but disheartened by the outcome. Some admired his courage to stand up, while others questioned the wisdom of the duel. Trump's followers celebrated his victory with fervor, seeing it as a testament to his strength and leadership. From his hospital bed, Biden addressed the nation. "I stood up because I believed it was necessary," he said, his voice steady despite his injuries. "Now, more than ever, we must heal and move forward together." His humility and call for unity resonated with many Americans. Trump held a press conference, exuding confidence. "The duel proved my resolve," he declared. "Now, let's focus on making our country greater than ever." The Duel Act was swiftly repealed, with lawmakers agreeing that such measures should never be taken again. The event became a catalyst for national introspection. Communities across the country held dialogues aimed at bridging divides, yearning for leadership with integrity and a return to democratic norms. Though defeated in combat, Biden emerged with a renewed purpose, advocating for unity and healing. Trump faced the challenge of leading a fractured nation. The true test of their leadership lay ahead, with their choices poised to shape the future of the country.